Mother! 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 Mother, this is like your day. Do you feel special? Because I feel special for you. I am going to tell you the reason why I love you. First reason is that even when you're having a horrible day or you're just overall in a bad mood, probably because I nag you too much about shopping or something. But anyway, if you're in a horrible mood, you still, most of the time, have a smile on your face. And you still go throughout the day and you still clean the dishes and everything. And even when you're in that horrible mood, you're still extremely thoughtful. That thoughtfulness that you have in you never goes away. Even when you're like having the worst day ever. Like every morning you wake up extra early to make our lunches. And even when we sometimes don't finish our lunches, and of course it's a bad thing, but you still love us, which shows a lot. And I really do appreciate you making those lunches for us, and just, you're so thoughtful overall. I mean, whenever I'm having friend problems, or I'm having a bad day, or, you know, hormones take over and I'm just like a psychopath, you're always there for me no matter how ridiculous I'm being. And even when I know that I'm being ridiculous, but I can't snap out of that mood, you are always there for me and you always give the best advice ever. On 99.9% of the time, the advice that you give me, I use, and then it ends up working, and it solves my problems. But honestly, you are such an amazing mom, and I have no idea what I would ever do without you. I mean, I know that you think that our house is always a mess, and there's so much to be done. But honestly, if you were out of the house and Dad was at work and it was only us and Dad, then our house would be a complete disaster. So no matter how messy you think our house still is, which is not that messy anyway, but you think it's still messy, but without you, it would be a disaster. Like, you couldn't even see the floor. There would be like cockroaches wandering around, and we would probably end up eating them because that's all we have to eat because no one went shopping. But yeah, you do so much for us, it's insane. I mean, sometimes we take it for granted and you'll tell us to pick something up and we'll be like, yeah, whatever, we'll get it later. But really, if we went like a month without you, we probably wouldn't survive, because you are the one who shops for us, you're the one who cleans our house, you're the one who gets dinner ready most of the time. You are the one who helps me through friend drama, and when I'm breaking down in tears because I'm having a horrible day or something, you are always the one that I can turn to and relate to. Because even when I talk to someone else, it's never the same. You always know exactly what I'm going through and exactly what to say to help me through it. And I cannot even express how much I'm grateful for that. And of course, we can all remember the times when I was really little and I threw those tantrums. I mean, in my defense, I couldn't control that, but you know, whatever. So even through all of that, even if I was like a devil child to you, still, I know deep down inside you loved me and you showed me love and you worked through that hoping that I would become a better person. And I, of course, can't remember most of those times. I can remember a few tantrums I threw and how horrible that was and how horrible I felt to see you go through that. Well, now I do. Now I feel horrible. But you still went through it and you still tried to stay as calm as possible and tried to keep yourself together and just push through it, hoping that I'd become a better person. And I really do appreciate that. And of course, we all remember the time when I was going through that horrible anxiety time, all through end of 5th grade and all of 6th grade and the beginning of 7th grade. That was obviously probably the hardest time in my entire life. I mean, I couldn't go to school. You had to stop what you were working on and everything that you had to do to take care of me. And I was afraid to go to school. I was afraid to go out of the house sometimes. I was afraid of really everything. And there was nothing I could do to make that feeling go away, which was really hard on me. And what made me feel even worse is how hard it made your life and how depressed you seemed sometimes and how lonely I felt. But even through all of those times when you had to come to school with me and had to hang out in the study room with Mr. Zelzer, I think his name was, where he's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Even in those times, that was horrible, by the way. He was a really odd teacher. He wore like these shorts that went up to like his thighs. It was awful. But anyway, back to the story. You were there for me, and you still loved me, even through that, which I can't even explain how much that means to me now and how much it meant to me back then. If you didn't already know this, when we were going through that and I was putting through all that stuff, there was nothing inside of me that wanted me to put you through all that pain and all of that stress. But I feel horrible I feel horrible about it now. I mean, you had to take me to those therapy appointments, you had to miss cleaning the house and stuff so you can come to school with me. You had to deal with me almost every morning that I had to go to school, crying in the car, telling you that I wasn't going to be going to school that day and that I needed to go home. Even that time when you told me that I needed to get out of the car because I had to go to school, and I ended up getting out of the car, and I sat there crying and screaming at you as you were driving away. I mean, obviously that was a horrible time. Without you helping me out through that entire period of my life, I honestly would have never even made it. My anxiety would have been much worse than it is now. Your advice helped me so much, and you being there for me meant everything to me, and it still means everything to me. I mean, of course, that whole situation and period of my life was horrible, and it was horrible for you, and I still feel horrible about it. But honestly, it made me and you have a relationship like no other daughter has with her mom. And I'm really thankful for the relationship that we have together. I mean, you are like my best friend. I love you so much, Mom. I can't even express to you how much I love you. Okay, and another reason that I love you is your amazing humor. I mean, all of your jokes, spot on. They make me laugh so hard. I'm kidding. Your humor is good, but the only reason your jokes are funny is because they're not funny, if that makes sense. Your jokes are so bad that they're funny. Another reason I love you is I remember the day crystal clear when I got saved by God in the back of our green van. I became saved and became a Christian in the back of a van. That's not a great story to tell. Anyway, without you showing me who God is and what Christianity is and what God has done for us, I would not have been a Christian, probably. I probably would not have been as strong as a Christian as I am today, that is the biggest thing to me out of everything I've said so far. I mean, being a Christian is so important to me. If I didn't have God in my life, I don't even know what kind of person I would be right now. I'd probably be like in jail doing drugs or something. No one even knows. And so, thanks to you, I am a Christian and I don't have to worry about that stuff. I mean, I don't have to worry about my anxiety disorder. I don't have to worry about any friend problems. I don't have to worry about any of this stuff. Because no matter what happens, even if the circumstances become so bad that I end up losing my life, I'm going to be going to heaven. I mean, there's no better gift that you could ask than that. You have helped me get eternal life, and I am beyond thankful for that. I mean, what God has done with me in my life is insane, and without Him or you, I wouldn't have been the same person I am today, and I thank you for that, like, so much. Okay, mother, to end this video, I just want to let you know that even those days when you walk out of your bedroom after sleeping and you look downstairs and there's poop all over the floor from the dogs and there's like dust flying around and like Buster's humping a cat or something and just all this mess is going on, just remember that you are doing an excellent job as a mom. I mean, even if it doesn't look like it at the moment, you really are. We would be in much, much, much worse conditions if it wasn't for you. And so I thank you for that, and you need to remember that, because every time you walk in the house, you're all like, there's so much to be done. How about you look at the things that you've done and accomplished in the day? And if you want to get stuff done, then make a goal for yourself and keep doing those things. And if you need help, I would be willing to help you, because summer's almost here and I'm going to have a lot of free time. And lastly, Cameron's going to be going off to college soon. Me and Sean, we're in high school and we're growing up, and I only have about 3 years left in high school, and Sean only like 1.5. And Linnea, before you know it, she's going to be gone off to college also. And when we're all gone, you're going to look back at those times when there are 1,000 boys in the house and they're all swimming, and then I'm breaking down in tears because I just got in a fight with my friend or something, and Linnea's having an attitude and she's like running around screaming at people. You're going to look back at those times when all of us are out of the house, and you're going to be like, I don't care what was going on that day, I just wish I could go back and remember to cherish that moment, because all of my kids are gone now off to college and I barely get to see them anymore. You need to cherish those moments and remember all of those moments, even if it's a horrible day or it's an excellent day. Just remember all of those moments, because you're going to regret it later if you don't. So Mom, remember, you're doing an excellent job. You're an amazing mom. You have helped me be the woman I am today. You have led me to Christ. You have helped me through so much drama in my life you don't even know. And you know how to deal with problems that I would have no clue how to deal with if it wasn't for you. I love you so much, Mother. I love you so much. Never forget that, okay? Have a beautiful day. I love you.
Wow, Mrs. Ehrman, she is such a great mom. I love her so much. I love you. I love you. Ah!